The last time we covered an LA motorcycle chase, it involved a pack of bikers doing wheelies.
What happens when a high-speed motorcycle chase comes to a halt in just 10 seconds? We're used to chases ending in wrecks or wild takedowns, but not every chase ends with a bang. Sometimes it's running out of gas, a bad turn, or a sudden change of heart that brings it all to a stop. Today we're diving into real-life chases that started wild and ended almost instantly in seconds.
Those aren't options, and this is just the way it's going to be, that they're going to have to play this, see how this ends.
Is he hitting into the car?
It's hard to see from this angle.
Or just having a hard time controlling his vehicle. Okay, they're
literally
stopping
boxing
him and they're grabbing him.
That was quite the move.
In Compton, California, CHP officers find themselves in the most bizarre pursuit you've ever witnessed. But this wasn't your typical high-speed chase. This was something completely different. A man on a dirt bike, surrounded by multiple CHP cruisers, moving at what can only be described as a crawl. The chase began near the 91 freeway in Long Beach, but instead of the usual 100+ miles per hour nightmare, this suspect was barely moving. He kept telling officers the same thing over and over about how he just wanted to go home. He was letting go of his handlebars while riding, talking to officers through their car windows. The pursuit moved through East Greenleaf Boulevard and Alameda Street, but there was no high-speed drama here. Just a man on a bike, moving slowly, seemingly in his own world, possibly experiencing a mental health episode or under the influence of something. Then, in seconds, it was over. CHP officers simply boxed him in. No dramatic resistance, no spike strips, no pit attempts. They physically removed him from the bike. And just like that, one of the strangest pursuits in California history ended without a single injury. The so-called chase lasted longer than most, but the actual stopping happened in mere moments once officers positioned themselves correctly.
It's really, really tight behind. South Azusa Avenue and Colima Road in the East San Gabriel Valley. Making a left turn here, no problem. You know, CHP...
Now let's talk about real speed. In Pomona, California, a motorcyclist was reported performing dangerous stunts in a parking lot when authorities arrived. What happened next was a high-speed nightmare that ended in the most unexpected way possible. The moment the police arrived, this rider took off like a rocket. We're talking 140 miles per hour on the 60 freeway in the East San Gabriel Valley. This was insanely dangerous. The motorcyclist raced through traffic, splitting lanes with inches to spare. California Highway Patrol led the chase with helicopters tracking from above. This rider put countless lives at risk, treating the freeway system like his personal racetrack. Traditional stopping methods were completely useless at this point, and spike strips and PT maneuvers don't work on motorcycles moving at these speeds.
I'm gonna give up. I'm done. I don't want to race anymore. So got close to home so you don't get your motorcycle towed.
Then something surprising happened. The motorcyclist suddenly slowed down on South Archibald Avenue in Ontario. No dramatic crash, no running out of fuel, no mechanical failure. He simply pulled over and surrendered to police. The entire chase ended in seconds, and authorities suspect he realized he was near his home, and the reality of the situation finally hit him.
On a motorcycle, it started near the Howard Hughes exit on the 405. Officers tried to pull him over, and he just took off. The pursuit hit speeds of more than 130 miles per hour, winding.
Here's a chase that ended in the most embarrassing way possible for the suspect. This reckless motorcyclist was tearing down the California freeway, standing on his bike at 100 miles per hour. CHP motorcycle officers were in pursuit, but this rider seemed untouchable. He was pulling stunts like professional stuntmen, standing on the seat, no-handed riding, all while maintaining dangerous speeds through heavy traffic. Then karma stepped in. The rider unexpectedly pulled into a gas station. Not because he wanted to surrender, not because officers cornered him, but because his bike was running on empty. The moment he stopped to fuel up, officers surrounded him. In seconds, a dangerous pursuit became a humbling arrest.
Police say they caught a motorcycle going more than 100 miles per hour on Highway 99. The CHP airplane spotted the motorcycle in Galt over the weekend. The police in Galt pulled the driver.
On Highway 99, a motorcyclist was pushing over 100 miles per hour, traveling at deadly speeds, putting everyone at risk, and showing complete disregard for public safety. But despite the dangerous speed, Authorities managed to apprehend him without serious injuries. One moment he was a speedster tearing down the highway. The next moment he was in custody facing serious charges. No dramatic crash, no long pursuit, just professional police work ending a dangerous situation in seconds.
With speeds topping out at 140.
And this is going to end terribly here. It's just blistering speeds here, 135 miles an hour.
For the safety of
California Highway Patrol faced their ultimate challenge. A motorcycle consistently hitting 100 miles per hour with speeds topping out at 140 miles per hour. Ground units couldn't keep pace with this rider, so CHP made a tactical decision that changed everything. They suspended the dangerous ground chase and turned to helicopter surveillance. For miles, they tracked this rider from above, waiting for the perfect moment. The suspect thought he was winning, thought he had outrun the officers on the ground.
Stopping at all the red lights, that seems to be where the suspect wants to draw the line.
That's also where this chase ended. While stopped at a red light, a CHP cruiser pulled up to the suspect.
The motorcycle stopped at a red light, and a CHP cruiser approached from the side and delivered a perfectly timed impact, knocking the rider off his bike.
Watch the white dot on your screen. It's a motorcycle being tracked from the sky, deputies say, at speeds of well over 100 miles an hour.
For nearly 2 weeks, Washington County commuters lived in fear. Every morning and evening during rush hour, the same terrifying scene played out on Highway 26. A dark-clad motorcyclist weaving through traffic at speeds topping 100 miles per hour. This wasn't a single chase. This was a pattern of terror. 23-year-old Vancouver resident Alex Gherkin had turned his daily ride into everyone else's nightmare. He'd dart between lanes, pass cars on both sides, and rev his engine multiple times, scaring the residents.
He's splinting past cars right now. Looks like he just ran the light. He is eastbound.
The sheriff's office got creative. Instead of dangerous ground pursuits, they deployed a helicopter to track him from above. For days, they watched his pattern, learned his routes, studied his behavior. The aerial surveillance revealed his signature moves, the same dangerous tactics, the same timing, the same arrogance. Then came a Friday. Investigators spotted him making another high-speed run, but this time, Gherkin made a fatal mistake. He ducked into a Dawson Creek parking garage, probably thinking he'd found the perfect hiding spot. He was wrong. Waiting deputies swooped in instantly. Game over. Weeks of highway terror ended in seconds. On July 9th, 2024 in Melksham, Natalia Burke thought her electric bike gave her an advantage over police vehicles. Burke led police on what she probably thought was a clever pursuit through residential streets. Her illegal e-bike, which didn't meet pedal cycle regulations, seemed perfect for navigating areas where police cars couldn't easily follow. She was riding recklessly, going the wrong way on streets, weaving through residential areas without a helmet, completely disregarding traffic laws and public safety. Then reality intervened in the most basic way possible. Burke crashed head-on into a wall, not because of police intervention, not because of a tactical maneuver, but because of her own reckless riding. The impact ended her escape attempt instantly. She tried to flee on foot, but the crash had already sealed her fate. When she appeared at Salisbury Magistrates Court, she faced 6 charges including failing to stop for police, driving without insurance or proper license, and riding without a helmet. The chase that Burke thought would end in her favor ended with community service, a driving ban, and a harsh lesson about the consequences of reckless behavior.
Antisocial bikers are a pain in the proverbial for the interceptors.
Antisocial bikers thought they had safety in numbers when they took their illegal off-road bikes onto public roads. These riders operated uninsured, unlicensed machines while disturbing entire communities with excessive noise and dangerous riding. The chase involved 4 motorbikes swerving dangerously through traffic before attempting to escape across fields. The suspects probably thought their off-road advantage made them untouchable. They were wrong. Officers tracked them systematically before cornering one rider who made a desperate attempt to hide in a car park. His plan failed spectacularly when officers surrounded him within seconds.
Got it.
I've just bought that, I swear to God.
You've just failed to stop. You're out of breath.
I have just bought that.
You're out of breath.
The detained rider's excuse was pathetic. He claimed to have recently purchased the bike. Officers weren't buying it and seized the uninsured vehicle under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act. One moment they were a pack of rebels, the next moment they were facing prosecution for showing blatant disregard for road safety laws. Ever seen a chase like this in real life? What would you do if a biker flew past at 140 miles per hour right in front of you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If these instant chase endings blew your mind, make sure to smash that subscribe button because we've got more incredible police chase breakdowns coming your way. And before you go, check out our previous video on some of the most outrageous motorcycle crashes ever to have occurred. Until next time.